Hi everyone, welcome back to another Minecraft video. In this video, I'll start off by working on making an autosorter building design in a creative testing world, and then I'll build that design in Luke TheNoteable's hardcore world in the new area where I'm going to put the new auto-storage system. So let's get started. And actually, before we start, I'd like to point out that a lot of these videos are actually a lot of footage to split apart into different videos of about 25 minutes in length, because I keep recording and recording without editing into a video, and then when I go to edit it into a video, I find that the finished video is like an hour long, which is not ideal. And so what I've started doing with a lot of these long videos is I just split them into 25-minute segments with an intro and outro explaining why the video is a little different, and I don't talk about different things. So I'll start off by building an auto storage design in a creative testing world. Then I'm going to go and build that design in the new auto storage system. And if you're new, I recommend you check out the part 1 of the series, which will be linked down below. Anyway, let's get started. So I did a little bit of experimenting in a creative world, and I think I have an idea for how the sorting system will work. It looks a little big now, but it's going to stay that big, but when I finish it up with red concrete, it'll look a little nicer. And yeah, that is a lot of hoppers. I need a lot of iron and chests. So the first step in the system, when you're sorting something, and of course this entry system will actually be somewhere way over here, you input your items. I'm not going to do that yet because I'm not set up yet. And this is meant to be for dye, so first I actually need to add dye to these chests. One moment please. And it should be complete. So items come in, if they don't get picked up by the top level, they come through, go through the level, and then come down to nowhere. I'll do this the way I'm actually going to have it, so it appears there's nothing here, but there is something. And then I'll have, this is already there, so I'll have, and then this appears to disappear into the ground, or when this is covered up, it will appear to just be a standalone building, but it's not. It will be connected underground, and then when I finish the actual room, there'll be another chest where the disposal system will take items from. What have I done? I went through the whole thing. Well, that redstone will be stuck there for eternity. So I can't break that. And whatever, this will work. Oh, and I just realized I haven't given this a full tour. I'm just gonna go in spectator mode. So first of all, will be the room here with all the items. And then the way the storage system works is there's input, which comes in through one of these hopper chains, or it'll actually be a minecart hopper, but I'll look at that later. And then there'll be an output chain. Like, I'll have a system to take care of me accidentally putting an item into the wrong initial sorting chest. I'll just come back, then it might suck through the whole thing. I have a pretty cool idea of how this is going to work. Anyway, and then so the actual sorting complex is pretty much two auto-sorting levels stacked on top of each other, and then I've rearranged the hopper inputs to suit as compact as I can get this. And then it all comes down to pretty much something like this, but I was experimenting earlier. And I get a full double chest of storage. I still need to figure out how I'm going to expand this in the future, but I don't see myself ever needing more than a double chest of storage, or really more than a chest of storage. And if I need anything extra for like a large project, I won't take stuff from here. Well, I'll take some of it, but then I'll just create the dye as I need it. And then besides, you can do a lot with a double chest of dye. So I think that this, as well as for all the other color items like stained glass, concrete powder, I will have a section for concrete powder because I might want just the powder. Yeah, then it's basically somewhat simple. Then to get the items up to the top, the only way I can think of, there's probably other ways, but the only way I can easily think of, especially in one block, is to have a dropper that automatically dispenses items up a bubble column, and then to the top level of the storage system. Then it'll cycle through, go down to the lower level, and then come out of this building. And then if this was in the actual color street, this would go to the next building and so on until it cycled through the entire street. And then after it had gone through the entire street without being sorted, if that somehow happened, it'll then get sent back to the main area, where it'll get sent to the next street, and then so on until it finally got its spot. And then of course, instead of having, I'd have an option for where I could, there's many options, but step one of this is to figure out how I'm going to build this, and I think I've done that. And anyway, back to building this bit, so we can actually test this. I actually think this is done. No, it's not. I need a bubble column. And now that I've shown you how this works, I can go ahead and cover the entire building up. This looks to be one block too big, so I can just compress this a little bit. I'll have an access door somewhere, but for now I'll just fill in all the blanks. There's no way I'll get in here, so I can fill in this. Never mind, I won't. There's no need to, because there's no way monsters can spawn there. Anyway, so we have this, and then this gets covered up. So it looks like I'll have two on either side. Alright, this is something of a building. It might be changed, I'm not sure yet. I do know for a fact there'll actually be a red concrete floor in the final build, but I'm not relaying this redstone. This is a testing world. There's absolutely nothing here. Testing world, just a few structures. But I do know this is probably how the service side will work, and there will be a small staircase up to that somehow not accessible top level. I'll fix that. Never mind, I can't do it. And the idea for this is I can manage all the items that are being sorted. I can fix any issues easily. And it looks like a nice building, not just a bunch of redstone. And I can go ahead and cover up the side. If you're wondering, these two extra chests are what I call a buffer, because this chest has a double hopper system to empty it quickly. However, there's only one hopper line going out of this input building. So this is like a buffer, so if I have too many items that get stuck, there's plenty of chests to hold that until they finally get out of the system. And the absolute final design will include some redstone lamps or something for warnings or just information. But this is all a test system. I want to see how this goes. And there we go. This looks like a pretty good system. So here's what should happen. I give it something that is definitely not on the system. This should get inputted. Eventually, this should come all the way back to the original chest. This one, I'll just wait a bit. I have no way of telling where it is, so I'll just wait.
2 very boring minutes later.
I feel like something's wrong here. Let's go investigate. Aha! It got stuck in the initial dropper. So, let's fix that. This happened because I forgot to add this. There we go. It's fixed now. And while we're in spectator mode, might as well have a look at this. I think it's in my inventory already. Alright, let's put it back in the system. Alright, it's going through. Should be coming around. Shouldn't take that long. It's still hoppers, but it shouldn't take too long.
A few minutes later.
And I think it's broken again. So, where's the issue? So it goes through here. Then it goes down through this hopper chain. This hopper chain goes into this dispenser. I think that's probably an issue with the hopper chain.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Idea, what happens if I put in some items, let's say at this point? It's like some soul sand. Yep, so it cycles through here. It cycles through here. No, it doesn't. But then where's my red concrete? I think I'm pretty sure what I know the issue is, but I'm not really sure. Like, it's stacking up in here, all 64 of it. But that doesn't answer the question of where on earth my red concrete went. Let's check in here. No. So it's definitely a redstone interaction issue. Yeah, it's probably a redstone interaction issue. But where on earth did my concrete go? Let's go into creative mode. It's stuck here too. Yeah. It's stuck. Why? Where on earth did it go? It's probably in here or something because I forgot to sort it. No, these are all full. So where did it go? It just disappeared. Strange. Ah, here it is. No, it's filter. That is a filter. Why is there a filter in here? Ah, I found it. I found the red concrete. Let me just place the filter. So it got stuck just in here. I think that's an earlier issue, but we also identified another issue. Which means we're going to have to expand it outwards. Like I originally had it. Awesome. Maybe I just leave it like this? Nah, it just looks off. Or I could embrace this, just expand the whole thing out by a bit. I have no real idea what I'm doing, but I'll make a different design later. I do know this will probably be in the design stages for a while. So this looks like an identical building from both sides. So I think we're getting somewhere. Looks a little weird, but whatever. Now, if we input an item, like our soul sand, this should make its way, eventually, back to the chest. Right, looks good. It gets put in here. Makes its way in here. And gets stuck again. Awesome. Yep, so the entire thing is flawed because I can't have it this low. I have to expand the whole stupid thing up by a block. Well, actually, I have an idea. What if I have the storage system, but back a bit? So previously, there's one. Previously, the redstone torches were like this, which, as I've seen, blocks a hopper from making an item go through it. What if I move it back a bit? And that way, I can have the same height, but I can just move it back a bit. And the good thing is I do not need to move this one back that way, because this lower section is already back a bit, and if they're both actually at the same coordinates in terms of looking down on them, it means I don't have to increase the height of the ceiling. Now I just need to build the whole thing again. This is why you always make a creative testing mode if you want to test something big and new. So you can have creative mode to change whatever you want. Can you let an item go through? Yes, you can! Finally! So it should be like this. So how does this work? If I have my filter, and then let's say, what is this one? This is, I'll do yellow, that's fourth in. So if I have yellow dye, does it go into its chest? Yep, there's more yellow dye coming in, and then it stops, and it runs out. Alright, we have a new design. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and implement all this into the other sides until this is all finished, and then I'll put the roof back on. See you then. So I'm just testing it now with a lot of random items that are not dye. They appear to be going through. Still going through here. They're coming out the return. I think it's working! Finally! Yep. All of my items are finally working. I accidentally put my filters in there though, and I had to pull them out because the problem with filters is they kind of blend in with the hoppers. Because the hoppers use the same block, which is also named filter. But the reason it's named filter is so there's no way that I could actually manage to accidentally build this, because I think I'm going to have to store materials for auto storage system construction in a different area, just the filter block though. The rest is all redstone blocks. But I think a standard sorting building is now done. And I think I've optimized it quite a lot. And then what I'll have is, I guess I'll have something like this to be the building. It'll come out a bit, then there'll be a chest, not that. There'll be a chest in the corner, that leads to a hopper system that is then taken to a garbage area. And what will happen is it's like a recycling bin in your computer or a bin in real life. It won't just get automatically taken to lava. There will be lava at the facility, but there will be a manual empty trash can lever, or I can set it to automatically dispose of items. That way, if I accidentally chuck out something useful, I can go back and get it. And even though I have storage for everything, there are still a few things of garbage. For example, random crossbows I get from killing raiders. That is technically garbage to me because I do not need lots of crossbows. And then I'll have to have a different type of storage for, let's say, items that only stack up to 16 or non-stackable items. I'll have to figure this out. But I think, especially since this is only for items that have 16 different types of it, like all the color items, I think I've got a suitable building. So now what's left to do is to just build this a lot of times in my other world. Now how will I do this? Well, I think I have an idea. What I'll do is I'll open two instances of Minecraft and see how well that runs. I do know at this moment I'm using 22 gigabytes of RAM, so I'm definitely putting my computer to the test. Okay, it's already laggy. I'll have to turn my render distance down. Nope, not that far. And then I'll have to get this out of full screen mode. Maximize that one. Put the other one on my other monitor, which I cannot be bothered to record because whatever. And yeah, I have a really weird method of having two running instances of Minecraft, and at a playable frame rate. So here's what I think I'll do. I'll just start by making... Well, first I'll figure out exactly how many buildings I need to build. So there's dye, that's one of them. Flowers is a different story because there's different types of flowers, some make different dyes. So flowers will be on the color street, but they'll be in a different building. So there's dye, then there's stained glass, concrete powder, terracotta. And what else? I have to look this up. Alright, I've done a little bit of research. It turns out that candles, which is a new item, beds, concrete powder, and concrete of course, chocolate boxes, terracotta, stained glass and stained glass panes, and wool are all the items that have color. And then of course there's all the variants of wool. So that means I'll have quite a few buildings, and beds will be actually not part of this because beds are unstackable. And I can't exactly have non-stackable items in a sorting system that relies on stackable items for the sorting process. So, I am going to start laying out the building. I also know that these buildings, I'm just looking at my other instance, are 8 and then 4 on each side, so they're 16 by 16 blocks. I keep trying to fly like in Creative Mode in my hardcore world, which is not possible. Okay, so 16 by 16, and once I build one building in this world, I can actually close my other instance of Minecraft because I'll have this a new building to be working on. So, step 1 is to figure out exactly what I'm going to have for the entrance, whatever. I think I'll just do something like this. So there's 4, but this is actually 1, 2. So I want 8 on each side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, which is 6 on this side. So you want 6 on this side, and then by how many that way. And what I'll do is I'll just note that if I want this, so I have chests, so I think this is where the chests are going to be. So the actual start of the building I have in my other world is going to be here. I'll just go ahead and clear out all of this space. It's really trippy having the taskbar and the top window bar visible when playing Minecraft. Anyway, so I have this, and then according to my other instance of Minecraft, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's actually 10. No, it's not, it's 9. So we want to go in by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we want to clear all of this out. The good thing about this world is instead of having a super flat world to work with, I actually have more area I can dig down, so I can hide systems deeper in the ground than I have in my other world. Well, here's the chest. I really do not want to delete this chest. I will get some red concrete so I can work on this. I want red concrete. Please tell me I have red concrete. No, I do not. Yeah, I do. I do not have much of it. I have storage system construction materials, like for the initial auto storage system. And I'll just put red concrete in here as a placeholder. And then I'll just fill in all of this. Actually, I'll just fill in all. So I'll fill in all of this. Then I'll get more red concrete because I know I'll run out. And to give you an idea of exactly what my computer's doing right now, I'm currently running my recording software, plus 2 instances of Minecraft at pretty high settings, which is using 20 gigabytes of RAM. Then I'm recording this while having 2 instances of Minecraft running. Then I have a bunch of Chrome windows open in the background because I was researching things. All while getting 60 FPS in Minecraft and having an auto clicker running. Now I need to get more red concrete because I know I'll run out soon. And firework rockets. I'm pretty sure I'll have to start creating red concrete soon. After the color straight, I'm definitely going to start working on the redstone straight because I know that even while I'm still building this, I will need to eventually start making supply runs. And then what I also want... And yeah, I forgot to unfull screen it, so you're looking at my desktop now. I also want to start building the lower auto sorter. Yeah, this will be really helpful to have a different version to look at. So I want redstone materials now. I have very limited redstone materials, well I have plenty of hoppers. So 2 rows of hoppers like this. And then I want to have below this be redstone torches. So I've got redstone torches, basically all the redstone stuff. So I'll just grab all the redstone stuff. Which means I also want to extend in here. So the lower sorter is going to be half buried in the ground. And I just build the top half normally. So we have our comparators going this way. Plenty of redstone dust. I do know for a fact that as soon as I make the functional bit, I'm closing my other instance of Minecraft because it just feels a little weird to be using a lot of my computer resources because it lags somewhat, but it's barely noticeable, but I noticed it. Did I build this wrong? No, I didn't. Right, so, I'm just gonna have it end there, but that's not where it's gonna go. No, it's not what I wanted. This row goes into the comparators. This is the row that has the filter blocks and the sorter blocks. Then we have hoppers going across this way. And then, what else? I'll need some stairs of my choosing. And I chose blackstone brick stairs, which are actually in the... I never showed this, just realized. This is my 1.18 mine. This goes down below y equals 0. And I've mined out an amethyst geode. Just did a lot of mining in here. Found a few diamonds too. It's got its own storage system. Not auto storage, but just a bunch of random items that here we go. Stairs. Plenty of stairs. Anyway, so I have this. And then chests. Lots of chests. These are all double chests too. Then I have my bricks. I guess I can go ahead and put the red concrete in here because it's pretty obvious where the building ends. I do know I'll need to expand the road a lot. There's a lot of items. And then we have hoppers somewhere in here. So hoppers going in and then 2 levels down. So we want to have the hoppers like this. And then after they go in, they go up twice. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then after they go up, in, and then I'm looking at that system now. So after they go up, yep, so they go like this. This is way clearer. So what happens is I need scaffolding. Let's get some scaffolding. Okay, there we go. So what happens here? This block is where the repeater goes in the upper sorter system. And then we have the torch after this block. How can I get this one? There we go. And then the torch goes here. And then something is... yep. There's a block above it. And then standard storage system design here. Like this, and then repeat along. And now that storage system is done, I can bring this line of hoppers back across. And then here is Where did that go? Ah, here we are. And now it's nighttime. What will happen here is, as you saw on the other world, this is where the bubble column will go to raise the items to the top level. And since I have plenty of depth to work with, I can have a different layout. So the down hopper design can actually go right next to it, since this will be deeper in the ground. So the down hopper design will actually go over to the next building, but I'll fix that in a sec. So I think the actual function all part is all done. Now I need to add a few other features that I haven't built in the other testing world, and then I think we're good to go. So what I can do now is I can close that testing world and get some performance back. And I think I will stop recording for a while until I have quite a few buildings built, because it's pretty repetitive. So I'll see you in a while. Again. And just like the last video, you'll actually see me in the next video, because, as I explained in the intro, I didn't realize how long the video was going to be. And as you can see, a lot has been finished. This is all cleared out. These buildings are all done. In fact, a lot of them even have the items in there. But you'll see that in the next few videos of the series. So, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!